Hi guys, welcome everyone. Today I would like to show you another beautiful project. This is an idea for how to make beautiful treat or gift bags. I've done it in two sizes. This one I was making by starting with chain of 25 and the smaller version is chain of 15. So the smaller one, it measures about 4 inches, big one 7. So it's up to you how many chain stitches you would like to make, it doesn't matter. So as many chain stitches you will do, as big your treat bag will be. Also in this tutorial I will show you how to make the heart motif and how to make the flowers as well. For this tutorial you will need crochet hook size 4 millimeters for making the main parts of the bag, so our white squares, and 3.75 millimeters for making the motif of the heart and motif of the flower. Also you will need yarn needle and a pair of scissors. Our work, we need to start by making slip knot and then chain of 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. So now we've got 16 chains. Into the second chain from the hook, so this is the first, here we've got the second, we will work first single crochet. Then into the next each chain we will work 1 single crochet 2. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and the last single crochet into the last chain, 15. So we've got 15 single crochets, first row with the 15 single crochets. Now we need to work chain of 1, turn the work and 1 single crochet into the each stitch. So on this row we should have 15 single crochets again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and the last one, 15. So we've got 2 rows of 15 single crochets. So now chain 1, we need to start third row, so again 15 single crochets in that row, and then we have to repeat our pattern making 15 single crochets in each row until we will have 18 rows in total. So at the end of our work we should have little square like I've done before. So we need to work 18 rows to make 1 square, and then we will work again another 1 square. So we need to have 2 squares, 18 rows and 15 single crochets. I am at the end of my square, so I've done 18 rows of 15 single crochets. I've got the second part already done, so I decided to put little heart on the top of that. So now I will show you how to make that easy and beautiful heart, and then we can sew it together with the small piece of square. Okay, so for the heart I will be using a little bit smaller hook size to make sure that whole work will be fit to my small square, so 3.75 millimeters, and we need to start. So slip knot at the beginning and then chain of 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3 and 4. At the end slip stitch into the first chain to make a ring, and now we will start chain of 3 as a first double crochet, then into the ring we have to make 2 more double crochets, 1 and 2, then chain of 3, then another 3 double crochets into the ring, 1, 2 and 3, chain of 2, 3 more double crochets, 1, 2 and 3, chain of 2, and one more time 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3, and chain of 2. So after the last chain of 2 we need to make slip stitch into the third chain. Okay, so slip stitch is already done. Round number 1 we've got done. Round number 2 we need to start by making slip stitch into the second double crochet, and then slip stitch into the third one, and slip stitch into the chain 2 space. Round number 2, chain of 3 as a first double crochet, then we will work another 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, and chain of 2. Into the same chain space we have to work 3 more double crochets, 1, 2 and 3. Then chain 1, we are going to the next chain 2 space, and we will work 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3, and then chain of 2. Into the same chain space 3 more double crochets, 1, 2 and 3, and then chain of 1. Into the next chain 2 space we need to repeat what we've done into the previous 2 chain 2 spaces, so 3 double crochets, chain of 2 and 3 more double crochets, 1, 2 and 3, chain 1, and we've got the last chain of 2 and the same 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3, then chain of 2 and last 3 double crochets into the same stitch, into the same chain space, 1, 2 and 3, chain of 1, and slip stitch into the third chain, 1, 2 and 3. Round number 3, we need to start by making slip stitch into the second double crochet, slip stitch into the third double crochet, and then slip stitch into the first chain 2 space. And now we will work treble crochet into the chain 1 space. So we've got 1, 2, 3 times through 2 loops. So we've got first double crochet, and then we have to work 11 more treble crochets. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the last one 11th. So actually we've got 12 treble crochets in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then slip stitch into the next chain 2 space. And now again into the next chain 1 space, 12 treble crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. After that, slip stitch into the chain 2 space. And that's it. Our heart is already done. It was very easy pattern. So now, as I said, we need to grab our squares. We need to make 2 of them, 1 for each square, and we need to sew it together. As I showed you at the beginning of my tutorial, apart from the beautiful hearts, I've done also one bigger bag with the flowers. So now I would like to show you how to make the flowers as well. We need to grab the orange yarn and we will work the center of the flower. So slip knot, then we need to make chain of 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and into the first chain we will work slip stitch to make ring. So we've got ring, now chain of 2 as a first half double crochet, and into the ring now we will work 11 more half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. Then we need to make slip stitch into the first half double crochet, so into the top of chain 2, into the second chain. round number 2, we will start by making chain of 1 as a first single crochet, then chain of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we need to skip the next stitch, then into the second, so now I need to find out, into the second single crochet. If you would like to make smaller flower, you can make less chain stitches, for example 4 or 5. Chain of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need to skip first stitch into the second single crochet. So now we need to repeat this pattern all the way around, so at the end we should have 6 chain 6 spaces. At the moment we've got 3 and we need to make 3 more. Okay, so I've done the last chain 6, and as you can see we've got the last one stitch and then slip stitch where we've done slip stitch, so we need to skip that stitch as well, and we will work slip stitch into the top of the chain 1, so into the first single crochet. Now we can fasten off and cut the yarn. Okay, so I cut my yarn, and now we will need to grab another color of the yarn, and we will join into the same stitch as we've done slip stitch by making chain of 1. Now as you can see we've got 2 ends of the yarn, one orange and one yellow, and to make sure that everything will stay safe we can knot them together. So 1 and 2. At the end we can cut the yarn. Okay, so we've done first chain into the slip stitch, and now we are going to the first chain space, and we will do 2 single crochets, so 1 and 2. Then into the same chain space we will work 2 half double crochets, so 1 and 2, then 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, 2 half double crochets again, 1 and 2, and the last 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. Now we need to make slip stitch into the single crochet from the previous round, and we are going to the next chain 6 space, and we will start again 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, 2 half double crochets, 1 and 2, 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, then 2 half double crochets again, 1 and 2, and 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, then slip stitch into the single crochet from the previous round. So now we need to repeat this pattern in each chain 6 space. 2 single crochets, 2 half double crochets, 2 double crochets, then 2 half double crochets and 2 single crochets. After the last single crochet I will make slip stitch into the same stitch as I join my yarn, and then we can fasten off and cut the yarn. You can leave longer tail, so you will have already tail to sew it onto the main part of the back. So we need to work 4 of them, 2 on each side. Now we need to go back to our small bag, and now I would like to show you how to join those 2 pieces together. So it's not really complicated. because we will work single crochet into each row or into each stitch. So first we have to find the first row on both squares, and we will join and then chain 1, basically chain 2 and half double crochet into the same chain. So now in each chain or in each stitch, that depends, because here we will work on the rows and on the bottom on the stitches we will work 1 half double crochet. So we have to make sure that we are working on the same rows, but if our squares are in the same size then shouldn't be a problem. So in each row on both sides we are working half double crochet all the way, maybe not around but on the 3 sides. So we have to work on the one side, then on the bottom of the bag and on the second side as well. So now we need to continue, and then I will show you the next step. Actually, I forgot to tell you one more thing. On the corner we need to work 3 half double crochets into the same stitch. So our work looks much better and we will keep square shape. So 3 half double crochets on the corner, and then we need to keep making 1 half double crochet into each stitch through whole side. Then into the next corner we need to work 3 half double crochets as well. Now I am at the end of my third side. So now we've got those 2 top sides to do. So what we have to do, we need to grab only the one side, and we are making 1 half double crochet in each stitch only through the first side, through the first part. So to make sure that we are not will close the whole bag, so we are working only through one stitch. And then at the end we will work slip stitch into that stitch and then slip stitch just here, and we need to repeat making 1 half double crochet in each stitch here. So at the end of our work we have to work slip stitch just into the first stitch, then we can fasten off and cut the yarn. One more thing to do, we have to make strap for the little bag. So I prepared already 6 strands of yarn, 2 in each color, and now we will work chain stitch. Now I will mix them up a little bit. So now we need to grab a little bit bigger crochet hook size. I've got hook size 6 millimeters. So we will work slip knot. It's not that easy as I thought. Okay, we've got slip knot, and then we are working chain stitches as much as you want. So I've got 1, 2, I lost my strands already. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and we need to keep continue until our strap will be long enough. I've done 22 chains, so at the end we can finish by pulling all yarn through the last chain stitch. One left. Okay, it's done. So now we can cut the ends to make sure that everything is straight and look nice. The same on the other side. And our strap is done. Now we need to sew it to our bag onto the 2 top corners. And that's it, and our bag will be done. So thank you for watching this tutorial, thank you for staying with me to the end, and if you are like this kind of project, just put your thumbs up and write the comment under the tutorial. Have a good evening.